If you are thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, Groove is the greatest thing ever, but I'm struggling to get going, then we've got the answer. What we're going to show here, and we've got a great free downloadable resource, is how you can get your domain name sorted, how you can get a hosting package sorted, and how you can create your branded email. In other words, that email which is your name at yourdomain.com. You know, and don't pay any more for it. This is all in this video. Enjoy it. Okay, if you need any information, anything else, go to www.groove.builders. Let's kick it off. I'm going to jump off screen so you can see what's going on. Here we are, step-by-step domains, hosting, and emails. Let's go straight away to namecheap.com. This is where you're going to buy your domain name. In there, you'll land on a page like this. What you're going to do is you're going to want to invent a domain name. So have you got a favorite one? Maybe it's your name, maybe it's your business's name. Maybe you're going to come up with a brand new word that no one's even heard of. What you do, you click on account in the top right, log in or sign up, put your details in you go, you jump in. We were looking for this one, My Zen Head, okay, to see if you could get the .com on that one. And you know, when you do, you search on it, you go through, you find loads of things, you can get all sorts of things, the .com, the .biz, .org, whatever it might be, you'll find it in there. They'll all have different prices, so find one, experiment, mess about with the words, see what you can find. When you find one, get it to the checkout. You know, you're going to have to get your credit card out at some point, so get your card out. You can get them from under $1 for the year. Perfect. Get in there, and then when you have done, you'd go back to your dashboard, and you will be able to see your domains in there. So on your dashboard, you'll see your domains or your recent activity, and boom, you've got your domain name. You're then thinking to yourself, okay, I need to be able to host it. Now, the only reason I've got one here on the screen is because I've already subscribed and got hosting. But this is what you do. You'd go in, have a look, click on the Get Started. In there, you have a look at what the sort of hosting packages are. And look at that. This is in sterling, so pound sterling. Here in the UK, £1.42 a month. If you're doing it, I think that might be the annual plan, what it works out at. And that will do you. Okay, we're going to come back to this later on, this bit here. But let's jump now into your domain list and have a look at what you're trying to do. So when you go into your domain list and you click on your particular domain, what you find is that in this section here, you've got name servers. And what you're doing at the moment is it's connecting up to the Namecheap basic domain name servers. And you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Well, this is kind of the address that the internet uses to point to your domain name. Okay, so it's like your house address. If you didn't have an address, how would the postman ever deliver something to you? If you don't know what post is or a postman, wow, you're younger than me. But anyway, here you go. These are the domain name servers. This is what we're going to be looking at. And when you click on there, there's a little sort of drop down arrow and you can do custom DNS, and we're going to look at that because this is how you connect it to Groove. Okay, so in there, that's what I'm saying, select custom domain name server. So click on that one. When you do, it says, okay, clever clogs, come up with your two name servers, name server 1, name server 2. And you're probably thinking, oh, sugar, how the heck do you do this? Well, what you do is you go back to your Groove account. So you'd log in. In the top right, you have your little avatar. And when you click on that little circle there, you'll see that little drop down appear. And when it appears, you can click into that. And if you click on that, my account, it starts off with personal information. You can see it across the top there, contact info, social media, business, You want domains. And then there's two options here, subdomains or your custom domains, which is your domain. Make sure you click on that one and then it gets highlighted. You can see it there. And then get ready to click manage. So this is just saying make sure, you know, when you click on your avatar that you click on the domains bit, because otherwise you won't see this custom domain bit and you'll be thinking, it's not there, Nige, it's not there. It is. Click on it, hit manage. Now, when you're doing this and you want to add a domain, you just go, right, I don't have any domains at the moment, unless you've got hundreds, at which point you don't need this video, but you click on add a domain. When you do that, you can do the full domain setup or legacy domain setup. If you've never had a domain, then you won't have a legacy sort of thing. Go for the full domain setup. Click on next. And then in there, what it says is which domain would you like to add? So this is what you've just bought. So I was putting in here, so I go back here, I was putting in myzenhead.com. What it then says, this is Groove. Groove says, okay, in order to do that, you need to add these particular domain name servers. Now, it doesn't call it name server 1 or name server 2, but the top one is number 1, the bottom one is number 2. So we're going to copy dora.ns.cloudflare.com, and you can see here, I've kind of merged a few screenshots. I'm going to copy them across into name server 1, name server 2. Done. You can see it there, bottom right. Dora and Major are in. And when you've done that, there's a little tick and a cross. Can you see? It's not obvious in there. So I've expanded, I've made it bigger there at the bottom. And I've circled the little tick arrow because that's what you want to do. That's the save button. When you've done that, go back to your Groove tab and click next. Okay, so you can see on here, we're on number 2, the green circle with the white number 2 on. We're then going to do update DNS records. That's kind of what we've been working on. And now we're into the validate bit, which is section 4. So validate the domain. How do you do it? You click on the button. All right. Now, it'll take you to this section. And the process of verification across the internet and what have you could take a while, a few minutes to maybe a couple of hours. And what you can do is just, if you're not getting anywhere or it's not happened, you can click that button and you can start the process over again. Boom. Okay. When it is done, you get this little message in the bottom corner. One of those green Groove messages that means something good has happened. Successfully verified the domain. Perfect. All right, at that point, you now get faced with this thing. So Groove is now saying myzenhead.com is in there. Status, secure and connected. Perfect. Apps, choose the primary app for this domain. You're probably thinking, I don't know what the hell that means. All right, click on it. You get a drop down. Essentially is what are you primarily going to be using your domain name for? Are you going to be an e-commerce with it, a blog, a membership, or most likely it's going to be a website? So Groove Pages is your website. So I've clicked on Groove Pages there. I click on the little tick. And what happens then is the little Groove Pages icon sort of illuminates and the others are still grayed out. Okay. So the others are membership, blog, e-com, that sort of thing. So are we ready? Yeah, we are. We're ready. Now, do you remember back on slide number 15, we said we'll come back to the hosting that you've just purchased on Namecheap? Well, this is it. We're coming back into the hosting list, all right? And we're going to, on the right-hand side of that, there's a button there. Click on Go to cPanel. All right, this is where you open up a whole new world, my friend, if you've never done it before. And in here, you've got loads of things. And what you want to be sort of doing here is just have a scroll down and just see all the things that are in there, but scroll down until you see the domains section. All right, and when you do, click on the domains button. When you do that, obviously you won't have any in here if it's the first domain you're doing, but there on the right hand side, create a new domain. Boom. All right, liking that. What happens then? Well, you type in the domain that you've just purchased through Namecheap, all right? And when you've done that and you put it in, it says, all right, well done, myzenhead.com domain with the document root of is in. You know, you've created it. Now, once you've done that, on the right-hand side, you will see that there's a whole load of, you know, these buttons with like a spanner on it, and it says manage. What you're wanting to do is manage your new domain, because in there is the ability to create an email address. And you're going, what? Yeah. So can you see on the right hand side there, additional resources? Here we go. I've zoomed in, creating an email address. All right, boom. You'll then land on this page. And what is it? Okay. This is where it links. You select your domain. You'd put in the username. So in other words, this could be your name. It could be hello. It could be info at, hello at, start at, whatever it is. You'd stick a password in and you would click on create. So look, I've put my domain in. I've put my username. So it's going to be hello at myzenhead.com. I've put my password in and I've hit create. Boom. Now you're going to test the email you've just created. So you go back to the cPanel, and then we scroll down to the email section and you click on email accounts. And you can see I've got quite a few, but I've just highlighted the hello at myzenhead one. And what you want to do is you want to click on the button there for manage. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. It's a bit blurry when I zoom in that much, but you're going to land on this page, which is the hello at myzenhead. All right. So when you've done that, what you're wanting to do here is you're looking at the fact that, right, I want to check this. So how do I do it? I need to add it to, you know, my email provider, Outlook, Mail, whatever you might use. And you want to configure it for your device so that it can be, you know, you can receive and see your emails when they come in. Click on the connect device. All right. And then you get this info here. And there's quite a lot of info on here. So you'll see it when you log in and you do this. But can you see top one is iOS, then you've got Mozilla, and then you've got Mail for Windows and stuff, Windows Live Mail, Microsoft Outlook, those sort of things. And what happens here is these are the instructions for you to log in to your email provider and be able to add your new hello at myzenhead.com. So you can see here, I've done it a bit closer. So there's different protocols and there's different ways of this being done automatically, depending on which email you use. So here we go. You get a prompt and you get click to proceed. So I've done it on iOS. This will automatically configure iOS for iPhone, iPad, iPod, etc. iPod? Really? Wow. And it does it for, you don't worry about IMAP, SSL, TLS, and all the rest of it, but you just want to click on proceed. What you'd then do is you'd enter the email that you've done. Now, if you're wanting to get these instructions sent to your email so you can look at them again without having to log back into your cPanel, you need a different email to be able to send them to, because you can't use hello at myzenhead because you haven't set it up yet. Do you get what I mean? So you need to do, you know, send them off somewhere else. And this is going to give you the instructions. So if ever you're thinking, oh, it didn't work, where were those instructions? You've emailed them to another email of yours. All right. This is what you do. You'd put that other email in, you'd click send, boom, it's there. And you'll receive an email saying, oh, here's your client configuration settings for hello at myzenhead, and it talks you through it. But if the process doesn't work automatically and you haven't done it and you're needing to use these instructions, go back to this bit and you will see that, can you see there down at the bottom half of that screen, mail client, manual settings. All right, so here we go. And this is what it is telling you. So you want the one with the blue, the secure SSL version, and it's giving you some info. And I've just highlighted it here and said that on slide 75. So when you want these slides, folks, you can get these slides. I'll show you how. There'll be probably something up here now. It'll be in the notes below, how to get a copy of this, download a copy of all these slides. But this is one of the things. You've got a password, so you've got username and password, you know that. Then you've got incoming and outgoing servers. This is the bit that you're going to have to, just keep a note of and come back to it. Why? Because what you want to do is go to your, your mail app, and then you want to go in and click on add account. So manage accounts, add account, so there's two different versions here, and you can see that you click on one of them, add an account. You'd highlight, where it's coming from. So we're using other mail accounts, so other account, POP or IMAP, because it's not through Outlook, it's not through Microsoft Exchange, it's not a Google one, it's not Yahoo, etc. And what you do when you click add a mail account, you put your name in. This is what will appear as your name, the email address, what you want, and the password that you used on the cPanel when you set it up. And you click sign in. Boom. What it'll then say is, all right, clever clogs, what is the incoming mail server and the outgoing mail server? And do you remember a few slides back I said make a note of those? And there you go, server 231 blah de blah de blah. Okay, and what then happens is it says, what do you want to do it for? And you just check the box for mail and notes, click done, boom. And here you go. You send yourself an email to MyZenHead, and you send a test email, and it appears in your new inbox, which is hello at MyZenHead. And that's it, folks. Now, if you've got any issues on that or want to know more, if you want to see the full video where we walk you through it and I talk you through it and all the rest of it, then if you're in the Build membership, go back in there and have a look. If you don't know anything about the Build membership, then here we go, folks. You want to stick this in here and make a note of this, because if you're a member of Build, refer back to the video. If you're not, get in touch with us. Go to www.groove.builders. Join it today. There'll be a special offer, probably, hopefully, maybe, in there where you can jump into the Build membership. We've got loads of people in there making fantastic progress in building domains, websites, getting in there, memberships, e-com, all sorts of things. It's fantastic stuff. Love to see you in there. Want to get hold of us? Start at groove.builders is email, at the Groove Builders on Facebook, or as I say, groove.builders. Check out the website. Okay, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? If you want the download of the slides, if you want to know how to find out more about it, just click the link below in the description. It'll take you through. Just pop your details in, we'll fire it off to you, and boom, you will get all those screenshots that will help you set up that domain, the hosting, and your branded email, and get it all connected to Groove so you are ready to go. My name's Nigel T. Best. A lot of people call me Super Groove Man. We will see each other again soon. Until then, bye for now.